What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing an unlock guide for Jedi Master Mace Windu. A lot of you are probably not going to have him this first time, but I wanted to go ahead and get this guide out for those who do have him unlocked and for those who are looking to unlock him on the next pass, so you get an idea of what you're looking at for these characters. I'm going to break down each of the different phases, talk about my modding, talk about the general idea of what you want to do for these different tiers, the strategy, how you just want to kind of handle each battle. Tiers 1 and 3 are seemingly the most difficult ones. Tier 1 really gave me a lot of trouble. Tier 3 is going to really depend on the relic level of your Jedi Temple Guard. If you have high relics on him, which you're probably going to be doing for the Order 66 raid anyways, it's probably not going to be too bad. But if you're running at Relic 5 on Temple Guard, this can be tricky. So we'll break that down. And Tier 2 is pretty straightforward. That one's the easiest of the tiers, except for Tier 4. Tier 4 is pretty much like you get to run with Jedi Master Mace Windu, wipe out a bunch of droids, and just kind of celebrate. So we're going to break down each of those tiers today. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, you find it helpful or informative. If you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. So one thing to point out is you have to get all 4 Darkside clones to Relic 5 to get this journey unlocked. You're only going to be using 2 of these clones. So if you want to prioritize 2 clones to get them up a little bit higher, you spend some more relics on them first, you can go for CX2 and Scorch first. Now, you don't really have a damage dealer for this, and what you're going to end up doing on this is you're going to be fighting against a team of the new Bad Batch. And thankfully, they have not fixed the defensive AI for Bad Batch, and I doubt they will, because if they do, this fight's going to get way more difficult. There is some RNG, and we're going to break that down, but you're going to be using CX2, you're going to be using Scorch. So, no lead for this. You are loaned a TK Stormtrooper, and this guy, his basic is going to be very, very important. You target an ally, and you reduce their cooldowns by 1, and the weakest ally recovers 20% health and protection. You have this, and then you have this grenade throw that's going to dispel all buffs on the enemy team. That's going to be very important because there are a lot of buffs on Bad Batch at the start of the fight. This grenade, though, is pretty helpful with that. 2-turn cooldown on that, but this rifle blast, really, really good. No mods on this dude, but you can see running 145 speed here, 50,000 health, 48,000 protection. It does get a little bit better, but yeah, that's the loaned TK Stormtrooper you have here. Now, in terms of modding on CX2, this is what I ran on him. And this is really, you want to get high speed on CX2. The faster you get CX2, the easier this fight is going to be. And you will see why when we get into the strategy. Just load him with speed. You don't really need to worry about health and protection. This dude's going to be going in stealth quite a bit. And you do have Batcher on the enemy team that can dispel that stealth from CX2. But we're going to be taking care of Batcher pretty quickly in the fight. Just load this dude up with speed because you want him going fast because he is able to ignore stealth and taunts on his turns. The focus and determined. Now, this is another glitch. He can ignore taunt, and the way this is coded is that like characters that can ignore taunt can ignore stealth on enemy team. I don't know if this is going to be fixed in the future. This is listed as a bug for this, where characters that can ignore taunt ignore stealth on Bad Batch, and it like dispels the stealth on them. If they do fix this, this tier is going to get infinitely harder unless they change CX2 to be able to ignore stealth as well. We will see if that happens, but if they fix the bug with characters ignoring taunt and dispelling stealth on Bad Batch, and they don't adjust CX2, be forewarned, this is going to be a lot more difficult in the future. If it is, we will re-record and we will figure this out in the future. But for now, with how these are working, we're going to leave it as is with this. So, CX2, load them up with stealth. This Instruments of the Empire, you're going to be usually reducing the cooldowns with TK Stormtrooper on this, just because it deals decent damage, inflicts a disarm, but also gets a lot of bonuses going on your team. The offense up, the speed up, the bonus protection on tanks. Scorch is going to be tanking a lot. You have Infiltrate and Extract as well here, where Empire allies gain turn meter and recover health if the enemy character has Order 66, which is not going to happen a lot. There are characters that can dispel the taunt on Scorch and get 66 placed on them, so this is going to help kind of get some nice bonuses here for this. But yeah, that's what we're going for with CX2. With Scorch, I really just loaded him up with defense. I got him decent speed here, 100% or 100 bonus speed with the mods here. 2 sets of defense, 1 set of health. I did not change anything around with the modding on this dude. So yeah, you can see here speed here, some bonus protection, we're really going for like bonus protection and bonus defense on Scorch. That's just how I have him modded. Bonus protection primaries as much as possible. Bonus defense on the triangle. Could go for bonus protection instead if you really need to. And speed on the arrow. Is really what we're going for. Nothing too crazy there on Scorch. So that's what we've got here on the modding for CX2 and Scorch. Let's go into the battle. So what you need to do, number one, Omega has to go first. If you get rid of Omega, Omega has this ability where she can give bonus turn meter to the enemy team. That is huge. That is very, very important. They gain a lot of bonus. They gain a lot of bonus buffs as well. Retribution, Riposte, Tenacity up for 2 turns. All stealth allies gain advantage, foresight, and speed up. That's a lot of buffs. So you have to get rid of Omega first. So we are just gonna focus her down first. So you see, we're landing some damage on her. We've got disarmed on her. We're gonna use the AOE from Scorch here. Get some dots on the enemy team going as well. And we are not going to use this first because we wanna have Omega use her special. So instead, we're gonna use the basic here. We're gonna target CX2. We're gonna reduce his cooldowns by 1. And this is where things are gonna get tricky. So, okay, so keep an eye. It's pure RNG. If Batcher focuses down TK Stormtrooper early on in the fight, it's best to just restart. So there we go. We're getting some nice healing there on our team now. This is where that defensive AI just gets absolutely stupid. So you can see there, yeah, now we have all these buffs. So we can't get the foresight there. It is what it is. But now they got all these buffs on the enemy team. We're going to use the grenade, dispel, boom. We got Order 66 now on Omega. So we're just going to keep hammering her. She's in captive. Now we got the mark over here on Scorch, which is exactly where we want it for now. Our next priority is going to be Batcher. We got to get rid of Batcher. That mark, that howl with Batcher can really give us fits. So we need to go for Batcher now. Keep an eye on the health for TK again here. So, oh gosh, yeah. So reset cooldown. Oh yeah. See, okay, this is where things can get tricky. Yeah. See, it's all that RNG. So we're gonna restart again. Batcher really can wreck things on your team. So you got to get rid of her really quickly, but you got to get rid of Omega too because you don't want those buffs really sticking around on the team. She can reset cooldown. She can give a lot of buffs to the team. You got to get rid of Omega and then go straight for Batcher. So reset cooldowns here. And we may, if things go badly with this, we may reset a couple times. Keep in mind, this is Relic 7 on my guys too. So yeah, this is really giving me some fits. There we go. We got a whole lot of buffs on the enemy team. We're going to get Taunt here on Scorch. AoE to remove all the buffs. We got Stealth again on CX2. So until Batcher howls again, our CX2 is pretty safe. There we go. We got Captive on Omega. Now we just go after Batcher. Reset cooldowns again on CX2. You just want to have... Oh, man. This is going to be close. Yeah, they're gonna be up. Oh, it's really RNG. That Batcher can really screw you up. And it may end up being where you may actually want to go and just focus on Batcher as well. So let's show if you go for Batcher first here, what happens. So we get AoE here, dots. Like I said before, you know, I recorded this multiple times where I went for Omega first instead of Batcher and had no problems at all. So watch now that I'm recording, it makes things trickier. Yeah, they are hammering. They are just hammering Scorch. That AoE is going to reset the stacks of target practice on the enemy team. Keep going after Batcher. There we go, some more bonus effects on our team. Boom, dispel buffs. Yeah, there we go. This should, boom, okay. Alright, so Captive on Batcher. Alright. So now we go after Omega instead, alright? So now we go after Omega here. Really, yeah, this is the big thing, is it's gonna really depend on your luck. So yeah, you can go after Batcher, you can go after Omega. Let's see, okay, there. This should get Captive on Omega. Boom. Okay, at this point, a lot easier. Once you get rid of Batcher and Omega, whole different ball game here. And reducing cooldowns on CX2. And we're just, yeah, we're going to go after Crosshair next. So, yeah, Crosshair's our next target. There we go. And, yeah, you can see we got 12 stacks of Shaken right now on Crosshair. His defensive AoE is just really, or his special just does not do a lot. Boom, captive there on Crosshair. And now we're going to go after Hunter, finish him off. Yeah, that should just about do it. I know we're going to use the special again real quick. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where Hunter will use his staff throw. Doesn't do a lot of damage because they don't have target practice. There you go. We've got captive on these 3 clones now. We just finish off with Wrecker. So yeah, all the times before I recorded, I went after Omega and then Batcher. Of course, this time, I went after Batcher first and then Omega, and I clear it. So you can do either one. Really, you want to make sure you get rid of those 2 characters first because that's your big deal. All right, boom. That should just about finish it off. One more hit, and there we go. Boom. That's all you got to do. Yeah, so Batcher and Omega need to be your top 2 priorities, then Crosshair, then Hunter, then Wrecker. Use CX2 to ignore the taunts, get through them, ignore this taunt on Wrecker, get through the stealth on the other Bad Batch characters, and you're good to go at that point. Let's move on to Tier 2 with Depa. This one is pretty straightforward. Now, I do have Relic 9. Full disclosure, I have Relic 9. When I first did this, I had Relic 7. It was still pretty easy. I'm going to show you guys what you need to do for this. So, she's going to be surrounded here. If you've seen this scene from, I believe, Rebels, you already know what's going on here. So, you have this captain character. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show the mods on her. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I forgot to show the mods on her. So, mods I'm running on her, offense and crit chance. Really, yeah, so speed there, not too crazy. I say not too crazy. I got 26 speed there on her. 22 speed on this one. Really, you can go for speed primary. I just had this God Roll mod drop, so I said, you know what? Primary offense with high speed secondary, I'm going to drop it on her. Crit damage here, and then offense on the cross. So, really, 259 speed. Nothing too crazy. 88 speed in her on total. Really going for boosting her damage. Because basically what you want to do is you want to kill the minion clone troopers. And the faster you kill them, the easier this mission's going to be. It's going to come down to basically wiping out the surrounding clone troopers. Nah, you can max out everything. Obviously, she's got an Omicron, but that's TV. Don't really need to worry about that. Relic 9 is going to make this easier. This was very doable at Relic 7. Once I figured out the strategy, it took me 2 attempts. At Relic 5, again, should not be too bad. So the strategy here is that you need to make sure she gets speed down off her as much as possible because she's going to counter, and every time she defeats a clone trooper, she gets rid of 5 stacks of Caleb's escape. Every time she takes a turn, she loses 1 stack. You need to get all the stacks of Caleb's escape off of her. So each clone you kill takes 5, each turn she takes 1. But if she gets speed down, which comes through Captain Gray or Clone Commander Gray's basic here, then enemies inflicted with speed down can't counter. So really, what you want to do here is use her AoE as much as possible. Now, whenever these clones revive, they recover health protection, but every time a clone trooper is defeated, all enemies recover 10% health protection as well. So you want to defeat these clone troopers to heal up Depa as much as possible. So we're just going to drop AoEs, and we're just going to go crazy here. So get rid of the Foresight. She gets that Foresight here through Will of the Council, and once she loses that Foresight, she gains 100% turn meter. And we're just going to start hammering these clone troopers. There you go. Got rid of 1. 2. She's going to counter. There's 3. And she's going to get... Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, she is just... You can already see she's killed so many clone troopers. She's already down to 38 stacks. Down to 32. Now she's got speed down. She can't counter. So we're just going to hit a clone trooper. And that's going to be it. We're going to wait. You have to kind of weather the storm here. So... You may want to go for extra protection on her, just to kind of help build up some survivability on her. Boom, AoE again, she gets Foresight, and now we just keep going. So, we're going to attack here. She's going to counter, wipe out a couple of clone troopers. That, hopefully she counters, yeah, down to 14 stacks. Another one's dead, she's down to 9 stacks. So, at this point, we're doing pretty good. She's recovering plenty of health and protection as well. So she's doing pretty good. Alright, we're going to hit this clone trooper. She's got speed down so she can't counter. but we're gonna be okay. This is where things can get a little dicey. You got that heal and immunity on her, and yeah, this is where you gotta make sure you have her modded pretty well. There you go. Boom. Done. Killed enough clone troopers, she got rid of the stacks of Caleb's escape. You can kill Gray. I originally, on my first attempt, went to try to go after Gray. Gray is just too tanky. There's no point in going after Clone Commander Gray. Just wipe out the minion clone troopers around her. She gets down to 0 stacks of Caleb's escape. Boom. Done. Tier 2 is probably the easiest outside of Tier 4, but Tier 4 is like a gimme. Tier 3 is going to be the other one that's going to trip people up. And this one is going to really come down to modding and paying attention to the cooldowns on the enemy Kanan Jarrus. So this is basically, this is the Grand Inquisitor as Jedi Temple Guard training Kanan. So what you want to do, you want to stack this dude to the gills with protection. That is all you need to go for, stacking protection on him. Now, again, I have Relic 9 on him. I put Relic 9 on Temple Guard already. It's not going to be too hard, really. You want to go for full health sets and just stack protection primaries on him as much as possible. For the cross, or for the square and the diamond, you want to go for percentage protection sets here. Speed is not necessarily important. You need to make sure that your Jedi Temple Guard is going to survive. And you can survive through a couple different things. You can see that in the strategy down here. When Kanan reaches 10 stacks of Kanan's Will, the battle is over, you win. Every time Temple Guard uses his basic, he recovers health and protection as well. So really, you just want to kind of stack up health and protection and just make sure this guy's going to survive. Kanan always has ability block on his turns, and we're going to show how to get rid of that. Use the, it's kind of an inverse of what you had before. So Kanan has ability block right now. And the only way Kanan gets stacks of Kanan's Will is by using his specials. Now the special here, Fear Least Anger, usually applies ability block, but in this fight, it's the reversed. So you're going to use this to remove the ability block. Now, there it is. Kanan has, you can see that he was able to use one of his specials. He gained a stack of Kanan's Will. So you're going to use the ability block again. Boom. He can now use his other special. We're going to use our second special here to get Daze on us. Now, Kanan has ability block again. You don't want to wait a couple turns. You have to keep in mind what the cooldowns are here. So you want Kanan to take another turn, and then we're going to use another round of ability block here. Going to use it. I think I actually miscalculated. Yeah, so you see all that. You saw that. He had it here. So his next special's up, ready to go. He's ready to use his next one. There's 2-turn cooldown on this one, and 3 turns on each of these. So the cycle's pretty much, Kanan uses his 2 specials, let him take another turn, and then remove ability block again. So we use our second special here with Jedi Temple Guard. There's a really easy method to this. It's just a rhythm. You just kind of count things. Make sure you use the second special here to put Daze on Kanan, because that is going to allow you to kind of ignore or prevent Kanan from taunting. If you do start to get low on health and protection here, and you want to kind of give it a couple turns here with Kanan, you can use your basic a few times just to kind of heal back up. But you can see there, we're good to go. Kanan's going to use his next special here in a second. Boom. And we're good to go again. So you can see we're starting to get low on health and protection here. So I'm going to do something here where I'm going to just kind of use that. He did not get dazed, but we're going to kind of heal back up a little bit here. Another ability block. There we go. So we have another, we can use his next special again the next turn. So just for fun here, there you go. He uses next one. This is the tricky thing. You got to make sure you land that daze on the enemy Kanan. Because if you don't, this is going to get a lot tougher. And I am just not landing that daze. So you may have to remod things to kind of go for, you can see we're up to 8 stacks here. Can I apply another one? Nope, of course not. There you go. Okay, so we're just to 1 stack left. But while Kanan is taunting, he has double tenacity. So Kanan got another turn, ability block. He's ready to go for his next ability. So we're just going to use some basics here just to kind of heal ourselves back up. Maybe not. He should have used his next special, and he didn't. He does this sometimes. There you go. He's at 10 turns now. So this should do it. Boom. Victory. So what you may want to do if you're not able to get high health and protection on your Temple Guard, what you may want to do, because you're running lower relic levels, is you may want to try getting a potency primary here, because you want to make sure that you can get the days on Kanan. Because if you can't land days on Kanan and you have a lower relic and lower protection value Temple Guard, that can cause issues here. So that's kind of what you're going for. It's really going to be a trial and error. If you have the protection and health in place to survive Kanan, to get him to 10 stacks of Kanan's Will without worrying about the days, go for full health. But if you can't, if your Temple Guard is just not survivable enough, this is where you may want to get some potency on him. Make sure he can apply that days, because if you can't apply that days, Kanan's going to constantly counterattack you, and it's going to wear your Temple Guard down. So you can see what I'm going for with that. And you can see here, Kanan's tenacity is doubled whenever he is taunt. Dispelling it will be crucial. So this is where you want to make sure you can dispel it, and also make sure you can apply days with Stoic Determination to prevent Kanan from counterattacking. So then finally we get to the final tier, tier 4. This is very much a gimme. You know, Jedi Master Mace Windu, just gonna beat up a bunch of droids. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have a fun time here. I've dismantled and destroyed over 100,000 of you Type 1 battle droids. I'm giving you an opportunity to peacefully lay down your weapons so that you may be pre-programmed to serve a better purpose than spraying the mindless violence and chaos which you've inflicted upon the galaxy. Blast him! I love it. I love it. Good old Master Mace Windu. So, every time Master Mace Windu is attacked, he has a chance to gain 100% turn meter. And every time he defeats an enemy, he will then also gain 100% turn meter and reset his cooldowns. We're really just going to use AoEs here. You can see there, he got attacked, he gained bonus turn meter. Of course, everybody on the enemy team's moving. Boom, there you go. Reset cooldowns, AoE again. We about wiped out the B2s. We'll wipe out another one here, boom. 100% turn meter on Master Mace Windu again. He defeated a bunch of droids. Another cooldown reset. It's really a shame there is no auto button. You really could just auto this. There's nothing crazy here. You're just going to get through the last couple of them here. That B1's dead. And one more here. And we are just about done. So, yeah. Overall, not too difficult. There's a strategy to it. There's modding to it. But this is no Grand Inquisitor. This is no Afra event. This is not that level of difficulty. Is it tricky? Yes. Modding is going to be very important for this. There is a strategy to figure out, especially with tiers 1 and 3. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up for me here. I want to hear from you guys. Are you guys unlocking Mace Windu the first time around? Are you guys having to wait for the next round? Let me know down below. If you guys have enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time.